Hello dear our channel viewers. In this video, I will talk about the new horror films of 2022. Watch until the end, because everyone will find something interesting for themselves. Take the video to your collection so as not to lose, and we proceed. Choose or Die on Netflix is a 2022 British horror thriller film, directed by Toby Meakins in his feature directorial debut. In pursuit of an unclaimed $125,000 prize, a broke student college dropout decides to play an obscure 1980s survival computer game, but the game curses her, and she's faced with dangerous choices and reality-warping challenges. After a series of unexpectedly terrifying moments, she realizes she's no longer playing for the money, but for her life, and so teams up with her friend Isaac. The game locks her into an inescapable cycle of mind-bending horror. Stopping is not an option. It's choose or die. There is a hole in the wall in Ben Jagger's horror movie Room 203, and mythical ghosts may look through it into your soul. If you look hard enough, you could even locate a possessed necklace. Kim and Izzy, longtime friends, are at the center of the plot. They seek out low-cost antique lodging in Quincy, Massachusetts, in order to pursue their various job ambitions. However, they had no idea that the room may have a shady past. Despite having several well-crafted horror tropes, the film avoids cheap jump scares in favor of thoughtful and engaging character studies. Instead of a conventional demon-infested haunted home adventure, the whole thing feels like a J-horror movie where the ghost never actually shows up. The Cellar is a 2022 Irish horror film written and directed by Brendan Muldowney. Elisha Cuthbert stars in this movie, and does a good job, as do all the actors. Kira Wood's daughter mysteriously vanishes in the cellar of their new house. She soon discovers there is an ancient and powerful entity controlling their home that she will have to face, or risk losing her family's souls forever. Shut In is a 2022 American horror film, directed by DJ Caruso. Shut In is the Daily Wire's first original film. Shut In's story follows Jessica, a young single mom of two small kids, as she prepares her nana's house to be sold following her death. Soon, she is barricaded inside a pantry by her violent, drug-addled ex-boyfriend, and must find a way not only to escape, but to protect her children from the escalating danger. Rainey Qualley is fantastic as the lead, Jessica, a recovering drug addict struggling to raise two small children on her own, while also not falling back into her old ways. There's no unnecessary preaching or politics in this film, just a good story with good actors bringing it to life. Judging by the initial viewer reactions and its high ratings, that's all moviegoers have been wanting, and they're willing to support it fully. The new film Virus 32 will not leave you indifferent. A rapid-spreading virus which transforms people into intelligent, ultra-violent, extra-fast zombie hunters. After each wave of attack by the monsters, they're left incapacitated for 32 seconds. While they recover their strength, a virus breaks out, resulting in a chilling massacre through the streets of Montevideo. The infected become hunters, and only calm their fever by unscrupulously killing all those who have not caught the virus yet. Unaware of this, Iris and her daughter spend the day at the sports club where Iris works as a security guard. When night comes, she's about to start a merciless fight. Her only hope of salvation comes when they discover that after each attack the infected seem to fall into a 32-second trance of calmness and stillness before charging again. Fresh is a 2022 American horror film directed by Mimi Cave in her directorial debut from a screenplay by Lauren Kahn. The plot follows a young woman who starts dating a charming man, only to discover his horrifying true nature. After several dates, Steve invites Noah for a weekend breakaway alone with him. Against the advice of her best friend Molly, Noah agrees to the trip, planning to travel early the following day. Noah spends the evening at Steve's luxury home. Later, the two share a cocktail. Steve drugs Noah's drink, and she falls unconscious. Noah wakes up in captivity, chained to the ground. Steve explains that he is a butcher of human meat, and that he harvests women's body parts and sells them to wealthy clients for consumption. He notes that he will keep her alive as long as possible, in order to keep her meat fresh. In this movie, women are the target of violence by men, and in a broad context, the patriarchal tendencies that govern relationships involving sexual desire and intimacy. It received generally positive reviews from critics. X is a 2022 American horror film written, directed, produced, and edited by T. West. Set in 1979, adult movie actors and a small film crew arrive to a farmhouse occupied by an elderly couple in the desolate Texas countryside to film an adult movie. As the day shifts to night, the visitors slowly realize that they are not safe, and are being targeted by a nearby enemy. T. West's horror film has been getting rave reviews ever since it debuted at the South by Southwest Film Festival. Men is an upcoming horror drama film written and directed by Alex Garland. The film stars Jessie Buckley and Rory Kinnear. In the aftermath of a personal tragedy, Harper retreats alone to the beautiful English countryside, hoping to have found a place to heal. But someone or something from the surrounding woods appears to be stalking her. What begins as simmering dread becomes a fully formed nightmare, inhabited by her darkest memories and fears in visionary filmmaker Alex Garland's feverish, shape-shifting new horror film. Nope is an upcoming American horror film written, directed, and produced by Jordan Peele under his Monkey Paw Productions banner. It stars Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and Steven Yeun. The plot follows residents of an isolated town who witness a mysterious and abnormal event. The film is scheduled to be released on July 22, 2022, by Universal Pictures. Crimes of the Future is an upcoming internationally co-produced body horror film written and directed by David Cronenberg. The film will premiere at the 2022 Cannes Film Festival, where it will be in competition for the Palme d'Or, a deep dive into the not-so-distant future in which humankind is learning to adapt to its synthetic surroundings. This evolution moves humans beyond their natural state and into a metamorphosis, which alters their biological makeup. It sounds just as ambitious, taking a deep dive into the not-so-distant future in which humankind is learning to adapt to its synthetic surroundings. This evolution moves humans beyond their natural state and into a metamorphosis, which alters their biological makeup. While some embrace the limitless potential of transhumanism, others attempt to police it. Either way, accelerated evolution syndrome is spreading fast. Saul Tenser is a beloved performance artist who has embraced this new state, sprouting new and unexpected organs in his body. Along with his partner Caprice, Tenser has turned the removal of these organs into a spectacle for his loyal followers to marvel at in real-time theater. But with both the government and a strange subculture taking note, Tenser is forced to consider what would be his most shocking performance of all. This concludes our selection of horror films. Write in the comments which movie in this genre you would recommend to watch.